most important political use of AI may not be a fake candid video. It may be a system you never see, one that generates 100 messages, tests them with different audiences, measures which ones get a response, and uses that result to produce the next 100. Deepfakes attract attention because they're visible, but automated persuasion can also work through ordinary text, real footage, selective facts, tailored explanations, and perfectly legal advertising. None of that means an AI system can control a voter. Persuasion remains uncertain. People disagree, ignore messages, and change their minds for reasons that no model can fully predict. The change is lower cost, greater speed, and a tighter feedback loop between a political objective and the messages placed in front of us. The first defense is to stop looking only at the message and start looking for the system behind it. Automated persuasion begins before a single post is written. First comes an objective: change an opinion, recruit a supporter, suppress opposition, collect a donation, or prompt a vote. Then comes an audience. Data may describe a broad community, a local issue group, or an individual pattern of behavior. Software can generate message variants, distribute them through advertisements, accounts, email, or direct contact, and measure signals such as attention, sharing, replies, or conversation. The results feed the next round. Weak messages disappear, stronger ones receive more money or more distribution. AI can assist at every stage, but that doesn't remove human responsibility. People still choose goals, provide access, set the budget, approve the channels, and benefit from the result. Automation changes the speed and scale of the loop. It doesn't make the loop ownerless. When a message reaches you, trace the loop backwards and ask who chose the objective. Cheap AI tools don't make a citizen and a super PAC equally powerful. Large institutions begin with money, audience data, distribution contacts, legal support, and teams that can run campaigns continuously. AI can lower their production costs and let those resources move faster. Citizens usually cannot match that scale, but the same cost reduction can still change what a small group is able to do. A local campaign can examine a long policy document, compare public statements, turn verified evidence into a clear explanation, translate it, and prepare several formats and coordinate volunteers without hiring a specialist for every task. Citizens also have advantages institutions struggle to manufacture: local knowledge, trusted relationships, direct experience, and a credible reason to care. The opportunity isn't to build a smaller propaganda machine. It's to combine accessible tools with genuine human networks. Don't copy an institution's scale. Identify the civic advantage that scale cannot buy. The moment you recognize a persuasion attempt, you gain a choice you didn't have a second earlier. Researchers call this persuasion knowledge. What you understand about the persuader, the topic, the tactic, and your possible response. Start with questions. Who is acting? Look beyond the visible account to the funder, organization, platform, or operator. What response do they want? Agreement is only one possibility. They may want attention, anger, silence, a donation, a share, or a decision not to vote. What do they know or think they know about the audience? And which tactic is doing the work? Urgency, repetition, social proof, selective context, emotional language, apparent authority, or personal familiarity. These questions don't tell you whether the underlying position is right. They stop the delivery system from making that decision for you. Before you react to the next political message, name the actor, objective, audience knowledge, and tactic. A polished message should never be allowed to grade its own homework. Civic Online Reasoning offers 3 questions. Who is behind the information? What is the evidence? And what do other sources say? The practical method is lateral reading. Instead of staying on the page and inspecting its design, biography, and citations exactly as the publisher presents them, leave the page. Open other sources. Investigate the organization. Trace the question, image, statistic, or legal claim back to its original content. AI can help you extract claims, suggest search terms, and locate possible primary documents. But asking one model to confirm another model's answer is not independent verification. You are looking for a chain you can inspect, from the public claim to the evidence to a source with a known relationship to the facts. This won't eliminate judgment, it gives judgment something firmer to work with. Before you share a political claim, leave the page and give it one independent check. Learning how automated persuasion works shouldn't leave citizens as better informed spectators. These tools can reduce the labor of civic participation. Start with the real issue and real source material. Use AI to summarize unfamiliar language, extract claims, generate questions, or compare sections. But open the documents and check the result. Then, use the tool as an editor. Ask where an explanation is confusing. Produce a shorter version, a script, a translation, or an accessible format. Preserve the source chain so another person can inspect it. Finally, connect the content to a legitimate action, public submission, a meeting, representative, a volunteer task, a lawful campaign, or a better informed vote. Keep a human responsible for every published claim. Disclose material AI where law, context, or trust requires it. Never automate impersonation, harassment, fake engagement, or invented consensus. These methods destroy the civic legitimacy you are trying to build. Choose one public issue and use the tools to make one verified explanation more useful. A political post is not the same thing as political power. Digital media can do more than broadcast an organization's message. Researchers describe a logic of connective action, where personalized sharing helps people organize through their own relationships and many small contributions. That matters because it possesses something institutions often imitate badly: authentic networks of neighbors, colleagues, customers, families, and local groups. AI can help those networks explain a common issue in different formats and connect people across language or technical barriers. But automated volume is not a substitute for trust. Ask where the communication leads. Does it help someone attend a meeting, understand a ballot question, contact a representative, contribute evidence, join a lawful campaign, or make a considered vote? If the answer is only more views, the system may be producing attention rather than agency. For every piece of civic content, decide which real person and real action it should connect. Good regulation should do more than tell citizens which machines to fear. It can require transparency, protect personal data, preserve remedies, and place limits on deceptive or harmful conduct. In elections, disclosure can help people identify who paid, whether synthetic content was used, and why a message reached them. But regulation cannot inspect every claim, form every association, or speak on a citizen's behalf. The Council of Europe's Framework Convention on AI offers a useful principle. Alongside transparency, accountability, democratic participation, and risk management, it calls for digital literacy and skills across the population. That matters. A rule that leaves practical AI capability concentrated inside large institutions may reduce one risk while preserving the underlying dependency. Public training should be durable, product neutral, and open to disagreement. Teach how systems work, how claims are checked, how tools are used responsibly, and how citizens can participate in revising the rules. When you assess an AI rule, ask what it restricts, what it reveals, and what it helps the public learn. Citizens need a response to automated persuasion that is stronger than panic and more practical than blind trust. Start with 4 moves. See the system. Look beyond the content to the actor, objective, audience knowledge, delivery, and feedback loop. Check the claim. Leave the message. Inspect the evidence and compare independent sources. Use the tools. Research, explain, translate, create, and coordinate. But keep a human responsible and preserve the chain back to evidence. Govern the tools. Support transparency and proportionate safeguards, and insist that public literacy and access grow alongside regulation. This approach won't erase the advantages of money, data, or distribution. Give citizens a way to remain active participants rather than passive targets. Democracy has always depended on people learning the communication systems of their time. Before the next message asks you to think, feel, share, or act, learn enough to choose the response for yourself.